you can be thrown out of the market. So if you are able to classify your products into various varieties which is acceptable amongst all the aged people living in a family, then it definitely affects the adoption process of what? Of consumers. They will accept your product if you are able to classify your production. Fourth is trialability. What is trialing? You go to some malls and apparel store, you will be said that you are given separate rooms for trial of clothes which you select, because it must fit your size, it must look good on you. So definitely you go and try it out in that room. So this trialability adds to the features of your product. If you are launching a new product and you give a space to the consumers, see, you can check this out whether it suits to you or not. This trialability definitely accepts the adoption process, because ultimately people want things which are suiting them, suiting their use. So definitely they want to try them out before buying out, because nobody will spend money if the product is not of use to them. So if you have this quality into your new product, trialability, definitely it adds to your product's acceptability. Fifth point is complexity. The lesser the complex your product, the more will be the acceptability of the consumers. More complex procedure in using the product, there will be lesser acceptability. Why this is so? Because consumers of different ages have different intellectual level, different level of thinking, different level of working, different level of free timings as per their schedules. So definitely lesser the complexity in the usage of the product, more will be the acceptability. So it is definitely one of the important factor which affects the acceptability of the product. Sixth is observability. What is observability? Observability means that the consumers are able to see the product. Many a times it happens that if you go to a doctor, he will prescribe you medicines, and you will go to a chemist and buy those medicines. You are not able to even observe or even ask sometimes about the use of it. So there are some compulsory products which we need to buy, which we are not even able to observe how it is produced, or what it is being meant for, or what it is comprised of. So observability, the more you can decipher to the consumers the parts into which your product is made of, the more clear it is, more will be the acceptability. Seventh is initial price. The pricing of the product plays a very important role in its acceptability, because there are marketing strategies related to the initial pricing, because you have at times a penetrative marketing wherein the initial prices are kept at very low level, not even covering the variable cost of the product, just to penetrate the market. It is a strategy. So initial price of the product, the lesser it is, more you find the acceptability of the people, because the purchasing power of the people is going down day by day because of increasing prices. So it depends on what target consumers you have. If you have a rich class, definitely price may have a lesser role to play therein, but when you are covering a huge volume of population, definitely initial price has a huge impact to play, and lesser the initial price, more acceptability of the product is the general rule which you can the general trend which you can foresee. Eighth is attractiveness of the product, the packing of the product, the advertisements, the marketing strategies, etc. How much attractive you can make your product look. You find you have these days advertisement of Nokia Asha, where you find various colors being filled in a transparent module, Nokia Asha ad, which you can see. So more attractive you make your product, more will be the acceptability. Then again, the next point is size and weight. Size and weight does matter, because many a times you have consumers who need only say 500 gram of rice. Some consumers who want 1 kg of rice, some consumers who want 20 kg of rice. So you need to decipher your product line. Same product, you have to package into different quantities, different sizes, and different weights. Why? Because different consumers have different needs at different point of time. So size and weight is again a factor. And the last one is social recognition. Definitely, you'll find your neighbor coming and telling you that I have bought the latest notepad or iPad or something like that. This sense of buying latest product definitely gives social recognition to the public at large, and definitely this affects your acceptability of the new launch, because most of the middle class people, they look forward to adopting new easy to use products, and definitely this is how the spread and the market is covered by a new product, by social recognition. मेरे पास तो ये है, what my neighbor has. Definitely people want to be latest. This sense of competition among the human minds, definitely the social recognition plays a big role into acceptance of product. The next one is causes of product failure. Why a product fails? The first reason which has been given is sales employees. If your marketing team is not strong, if your marketing team is not so much efficient to communicate your product to the end consumers, definitely your new launch is going to fail drastically. You need to have a strong sales team as a backup for your new product. If you don't have this, definitely you are going to lose. Second is price. Price fails a product. Why? Why does it fail? These days you find Flipkarts and this Snapdeal so famous among the youngsters. Why it is so? They give quantitative discounts. They give discounts specifically for the first time buyers, say 20%, 30%, 70% discounts, year end sale. Why it is so? Why price fails a product? If you produce a product which you are pricing at say 100, and the competitor is selling it at even 95 or 96, you will find you are going to lose. Pricing of a product is a very important aspect, because of which the product fails. Third is the product itself. If the product itself is not acceptable to the consumers, if you have produced a deficient product, if you have produced a product which is substandard, definitely you are not going to get consumers. If your product itself does not have any USP or unique selling price, it is not going to be accepted by the market. The fourth one is improper timing. Timing is very important. When you are launching a new product, you will find films being launched at Diwali or Eid. Why this is so? Because those are the days when people have public holidays. They enjoy holidays, and these are the days where they will go to the theater and watch a movie in friends, in groups and circles. So timing of launching is very important, whatever product or services. I gave an example of a film. So improper timing can fail your product. Fifth is distribution of the product. This is again an important reason why a product fails. If you are distributing woolen cloths in Rajasthan, if you are distributing woolen cloths in Rajasthan, will it work? Somewhere where there is tremendous heat, you are selling woolen clothes in summer. Is it proper time? Is it a proper place? Definitely not. Woolen clothes have to be sold somewhere where there is snowfall or there is acute winter, right? So distribution at the right place at right time, and of course the product has to be very right, at right price, definitely helps your product. Otherwise the product fails. And the sixth one is competition. Competition is everywhere, in each and every field, every walks of your life. Even if you talk about a new product, There will be competition, because as soon as you launch a new product, there are people who are going to imitate your design, imitate the technology which you have used, and immediately launch the substitute. And as soon as a substitute arrives in the market, its price, its features are definitely going to affect the selling of your product. Next topic is remedies of product failure. How you can save yourself, save your product from failing. The first point is trained personnel. If your staff is trained enough to understand and make people aware of the features, about the new features of your new product, about the facilities, about the comparative prices and things like that to the consumers, definitely it works. So if your product has failed, there are remedies. If you have a trained personnel, trained staff who can communicate to the consumers that your product is still good enough, does have a standing and valid enough to be bought, then definitely you can ace there out, and definitely your product can continue. Second remedy is careful price determination. You need to be very, very careful with regards to the price of the product. If you are confident enough that nobody is able to copy your strategy, copy your design or something like that, then you can go in a monopolistic manner and price your product in an excellently high, with an excellently high markup. But in case you know that your product can be copied, there will be substitutes within 2-3 months itself of the launch, then definitely your price determination does require tremendous vetting over. The third point is again the quality improvement part of it. Quality improvement. If you have launched a product which is defective, and if you are able to improve its quality, then there is a chance that your product can survive in the market. You find numerous car companies these days withdrawing back all their cars from the consumers. Say they themselves have found out by their research and development that this particular equipment in their car is defective. Then definitely what they will do, they will withdraw all their cars from the market, rectify the defect and give it back. That is how you can save your product from failing. Definitely you require quality improvement. Fourth point is settlement of complaints. You find this after sales services provided by many manufacturers. What are after sales services? Warranties, guarantees. Bajaj, many of the Bajaj instruments, they do have guarantee and warranty of 2 years. Some give guarantee warranty of 1 year. For some give after sales services. You find specifically when you go out and purchase a car, you have this after sales services for a year or 2 or 3 years again sometimes. So settlement of complaints. If consumers are having complaints with your product, you are bound to settle them. If you are unable to settle them, then definitely you will fail. Your product will fail. So one of the important remedy of a product failure is that you settle the complaints of the buyers. Fifth point is enhancing research and development. R&D is an area which requires tremendous amount of not just money, but tremendous amount of also excellent staff into it. If you talk about pharma industry, say if I give an example of say Torrent Pharmaceuticals, you will find that 95% of their efforts in designing a pill or a tablet, 95% of their cost fail. So if your product is failed, because it's a drug which is to be consumed by human beings, and human life is precious. So definitely what they do is whenever they design a tablet or a pill, they will test them on say animals or insects, something like that. At some countries even allow it on human beings, because after all it's to be consumed by a human being. So you need to have a strong research and development cell, a strong research and development department into your company, to, it can it can immediately come back with an improved product if your product is say defective in any ways. Sixth point is coordination between production and market. This was the example which I gave for product reason for product failure. So a strong bonding between production and the market is important. As I give example, if you're producing 50,000-60,000 shirts and the demand is say 1 lakh shirts, it's not going to work. You're producing 50,000-60,000 shirts, demand is only 10,000 shirts, again you are going to fail. So a strong coordination between production and market is important, and market is of course very much important, and that's why even before launching a product, a market survey has been done by most of the companies, whether this sort of particular product which they are going to produce, whether it will be acceptable by the market or not, what features the consumers want in that particular product. This is always done. So this coordination is important. It can do a big remedy to the product which has failed. Seventh point is scheme of sale promotion. What sale promotion schemes you see these days? After sales services is one. Discounts is again one. Third is sale promotion, say services like replacing a defective product. There are given warranties, guarantees on a particular make of products. Say we'll replace it if anything goes wrong with the product, say in this much of time span. Such guarantees are given by various companies. So such schemes of sale promotion can definitely save your product from failing. 8th point is evaluation of the concept of the product. You need to constantly keep on evaluating whether the reason with which the product is being made, the purpose, the common purpose, the main purpose with which it is supposed to be serving to the consumers and the public at large, does that still remain valid with your product? So evaluation of the concept of the product is again very important. Next is changes in packing. Many a times you find companies come up with say edibles of say huge quantities, say 50-60 kilo, 70 kilo, 30 kilos. So they need to